Ever since Soleimani was assassinated by the United States military under Donald Trump, Iran has been threatening major assassinations in response. And the Justice Department has indicted and arrested a Pakistani guy who's out, well, researching and hiring assassins to kill a whole list of Americans. We've got the details. Claire, there's a Pakistani guy that has been arrested for attempting to hire a couple of hitmen that turned out to be undercover U.S. government agents. And the targets were apparently Trump and other high ranking American officials. Here's the guy that they arrested. His name is Asif Merchant. He said he was working on behalf of others overseas. He planned the murder of U.S. government officials on American soil, according to the U.S. Attorney for New York. This prosecution demonstrates, he said, that this office and the entire U.S. government Department of Justice will take swift and decisive action to protect our nation's security, our government officials, and our citizens from foreign threats. They got him at the airport as he was trying to leave. His children are in Iran and Pakistan, not sure which one he is from, but they say that this was in retribution for the killing of Qasem Soleimani in 2020 that Trump carried out. What do you know about this? I mean, this is major news, it seems to me, or should be.
Yes, indeed. But to put this in a bigger context, to just flesh out the bigger picture, ever since the takedown of Qasem Soleimani, the Quds Force commander of the IRGC, back, as you say, in January of 2020, on orders from then President Trump, the Iranian regime has had teams out, threats, first of all, threats against now former President Trump and officials who served at that time in his administration. Threats against, for example, former UN ambassador and also National Security Advisor John Bolton. Threats against former CIA director and also former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Against former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper and some others as well. And we know from open source media reporting that Iran actually has had hit teams, assassination teams inside the United States on U.S. soil seeking to assassinate these officials, to include the former President Trump. Now, I guess, thankfully, these plots were discovered and additional security provided to all those named, and I think a few others too, 24/7. So that threat of revenge has been going on for more than 4 years. Now, fast forward a little bit to more of the current time, and I think what we're looking at is a full court press by the Iranian regime to prevent the former President Donald Trump from becoming president once again. And the threats that we have seen mentioned in the media, to include this most recent one by this Pakistani, Asif Merchant, his name, apparently a polygamist. He's got wife and children in both Iran and Pakistan.
That's why that was noticed in both countries. Thanks for explaining that.
But he had spent time in Iran before flying from Pakistan, then eventually to the United States, where, as you say, he tried to recruit, I don't know, one or more hitmen to go after President Trump and others. But that's not the only plot. That's just one. You may recall that a friend of mine, Jill Bellamy, and I co-authored a piece at the American Greatness outlet about a week or so ago, and that was raising the question whether the would-be Trump assassin, Thomas Crooks, on July 13 at that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, whether he could possibly have been influenced. I don't want to say recruited per se, but the whole thing anonymously done, recruited by Iranians, intelligence operatives, online through gaming apps, ? So I think that this is coming at us, at President Trump and former officials, from a number of different angles, but that the bottom line is that the Iranian regime is absolutely petrified that President Trump will return to the Oval Office, and have unleashed, as I said, a full court press of different operations. Some of them may be simultaneous, some of them may be sequential, but to prevent him from being able even to complete the electoral, the election, but certainly to prevent him from returning as president to the Oval Office.